Hello friends, welcome to all of you once again. Today we will see another rearrangement reaction, and its name is a courteous rearrangement. Now in this rearrangement, there is a conversion of acyl azide, okay, into the corresponding primary amine, okay, and this reaction or this rearrangement involves or carried out in presence of thermal or photolysis, okay, and we have seen in the Hoffman rearrangement also that the primary amine, that is a product which is formed here, they having the one carbon atom less than the starting material, okay. So here also the same, the acyl azide to primary amine, if you see the starting material having this carbon and which is not present in this product, okay, that is this primary amine is having a one carbon atom less than the starting material, okay. Now this acyl azide is prepared from the acyl chloride, okay, by treatment of sodium azide, or if you see the hydrogen, okay, and followed by the nitrogen acid, okay, by the action of nitrogen acid and hydrolysis we will get this starting material, okay, acyl azide. Let's see the reactions, okay. We will see the how it will be formed from the acyl chloride. Now here this acyl chloride, okay, when react with the sodium azide, okay, it will directly give the acyl azide, okay. So this is a one method, okay. And the another method is the treatment of this acyl chloride with hydrogen, okay. We get acyl hydrazide, okay, which on further treatment with the what you call nitrous acid, okay, and followed by the acid hydrolysis we will get the acyl azide. So these are the alternative methods for the preparation of a starting material, that is acyl chloride, which are used in the courteous rearrangement, okay. Now let's try to understand or see its mechanism, okay. In mechanism, this acyl azide, okay, so this is acyl azide, which can be written like this, or C double bond O N minus, okay, N positive and a triple bond N, okay. So this acyl azide is having the resonating structure that is like this, okay. This pi the negative charge will migrate here, and this one of the pi bond in the carbonyl group will migrate on oxygen, okay. So this is a resonating structure. Now in mechanism, when this acyl azide is treated with or the rearrangement is carried out in a thermal, okay, the N2 will be liberated, okay. And it is supposed that it is suggested that in this rearrangement is a concentrated rearrangement, that is, it means the making and breaking of bonds are takes place at the same time. Now here this N2 will be liberated, okay. At the same time, the negative charge on nitrogen will be migrating between the nitrogen and oxygen and form the double bond, and at the same time the breakage of alkyl group to alkyl group and carbonyl carbon will takes place, and that alkyl group will migrate to this electron deficient nitrogen atom, okay. So this migration, that is a breaking and making of bonds takes place at the same time. That's why it is called concerted rearrangement, okay. Also in this arrangement there is no formation of a nitrene intermediate takes place, okay. So we will get such we'll get the isocyanate, so okay, NO2 will be liberated, okay, and nitrogen and carbon will have the double bond, okay. Then this alkyl group migrate to an electron deficient nitrogen, okay. So this isonate is a intermediate is formed like this, okay. Now after formation of this intermediate isocyanate, on further if you have the solvent as a solvent in the reaction mixture, then this water molecule, one of the water molecule will attack on carbon and form will attack on this carbon and will have such a type of intermediate, okay. Now here this protonated oxygen will be stabilized by the this oxygen positively charged oxygen will be stabilized by the uh, deprotonation. Okay, now here the H plus will be liberated from or removed from this. Okay, at the same time this negatively charged, okay, will be migrate to its original place. Okay, and this one of the pi bond will migrate on the nitrogen atom, which between the carbon and nitrogen. Okay, now this negatively charged nitrogen will have now that will be protonated. Okay, so here now this will form, that is a carbamic acid. Okay, if you see from this step, so it is a protonation and deprotonation takes place. Okay, and we will get the uh, carbamic acid. Now in this carbamic acid, so this is also the intermediate. Okay, from this decarboxylation takes place on thermal, okay, on heating. So and the CO2 will be liberated and we will get a primary amine. So here this is the oxygen, this oxygen and hydrogen bond will break and migrate towards a bond of pair of electron between carbon and oxygen. Okay, and at the same time this carbon and nitrogen bond will break. Okay, and negative nitrogen will have the negative charge, and that will be protonated by this hydrogen. Okay, so in this way we will get the primary amine RNH2. So this is a mechanism. Okay, if you see the overall mechanism, we can say that this isocyanate and carbamic acid, which is formed as an intermediate in this, which are the same as we have seen in the Hoffman rearrangement. Okay, and obvious, if you have the apart from water as a solvent, if you have the alcohol, now at the same time we will get the carbamate ester. Okay, if we carbamate ester, which on further decarboxylation we will get the same primary amine. So this is the same as that of Hoffman rearrangement. Okay, so this is a Curtius rearrangement. Okay, in which the acyl azide is converted into primary amine. Okay, and this acyl azide is obtained from the acid chloride by the two methods. One is a sodium azide treatment and other is a hydrazine treatment, and followed by the action of nitrous acid. Okay, and hydrolysis. Okay, so this is all about your Curtius rearrangement. I hope you understand the mechanism and reaction also. Okay, we will see in next lecture. Thank you.